Already on the second day of this year's legislative session, the Florida Senate Education Committee thought it'd be a good idea to advance another controversial omnibus education bill to the full Senate floor. Sometimes referred to as a train bill, this type of legislation is expressly prohibited by the state constitution. Quote, "Every law shall embrace one subject and matter properly connected therewith, and the subject shall be briefly expressed in the title." But for several years running, Republican leadership has been unable to advance their agenda piecemeal. So in the closing days of each session, they've bundled everything together into one unconstitutional mess and forced their members to vote either up or down on the entire package. Among its various proposals, SB 77 expands on what's already the nation's largest voucher program. It allocates $422 million on another bonus program. For those of you keeping track at home, this is the 7th of its kind, each of which has been determined an abject failure. The bill also allows charter and private schools to circumvent safety and construction rules, unlike public schools, which must continue serving their communities as designated shelters during a natural disaster. We stand here today to vehemently oppose the introduction of SB 77, a massive train bill that caters solely to school choice lobbyists and special interests. We reject the combining of a massive voucher expansion that will use public dollars to pay for private religious education. We believe the unfair bonus money would be better placed in the base student allocation. We're annoyed that on day 2 of session, we're facing a bill so packed with initiatives that meaningful public comment is impossible. SB 77 should be broken up into individual bills that can be properly vetted and understood. Anything short of this betrays the trust of voters across Florida. In his closing remarks, Committee Chair Manny Diaz Jr. complained the definition of public education keeps getting twisted. Yeah, by him and the education profiteers who've taken control of our state government. He claims teacher salaries are determined through collective bargaining between local school districts and teachers' unions. What disingenuous BS from a politician who's repeatedly sabotaged the ability of local school boards to raise their own money. The Hialeah Gardens Republican is a walking, talking conflict of interest, having personally cashed $1 million in paychecks from the same charter school industry he's supposed to be regulating. A special shout out to our friends at Accountability who do an amazing job covering Florida education policy, especially during the legislative session. If you're not following them on social media, you really should be.